If you're someone that has recently found out that you've iron deficiency anemia, know that you're not alone. Today, the condition is recognized as the most common nutritional deficiency globally, with 3 in every 10 people. Indeed, the condition isn't evenly distributed throughout the world, as underdeveloped countries are at a 500% increased risk of getting it. However, in developed countries, having poor iron levels is quite common too. Around 10 million people in the US are iron deficient, and around 5 million have iron deficiency anemia. Fortunately, the journey to restore your iron levels to a healthy state is a feasible one for most, if not all, individuals. The problem is, though, that many people need more understanding concerning it. One study suggests that around 1 in 2 people have an inadequate knowledge about iron deficiency anemia. Therefore, today we'll be going through 5 of the most frequently asked questions about the condition, so you'll be better able to help it. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. Number 1, let's begin with what iron deficiency anemia is. It's a condition where the lack of iron in your body isn't good enough to make healthy red blood cells, which assist in transporting oxygen to various body regions. Iron is not just a mineral, it's a vital component of red blood cells. It's a main part of hemoglobin, the protein that gives them their red colour and helps them carry oxygen throughout your body. So, not having enough can lead to consequences such as fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath, and pale skin, and potentially go on to cause further issues with cognition, immunity, physical capacity, body temperature control, and the GI tract. Number 2, who is at most risk for the disorder? According to the American Society of Hematology, the ones at most risk are premenopausal, pregnant, or lactating females, people who've undergone major surgery or physical trauma, people with certain gastrointestinal diseases, or people who have undertaken bariatric procedures. Other populations carrying a higher likelihood are children and the elderly, the obese, but also people of any weight status that adhere to iron-poor diets, like vegans or vegetarians, for example. This is because they miss out on the more readily absorbed and higher bioavailable form of iron, heme iron, since it's only found in animal source products like meat, poultry, and fish. Still, strictly plant-based dieters can get sufficient amounts of iron through non-heme iron, found in fruits, vegetables, dried beans, nuts, and grain products. But they should increase their recommended iron intake for their age and sex by 80% to do so. On a quick side note, if you would like to undertake our evidence-based and results-backed personalised Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. Moving on to number 3, how is iron deficiency anemia diagnosed? At the initial doctor's visit, they'll check for the symptoms of the condition and evaluate your medical history for any previous instances of the condition. Then they'll most likely take your complete blood count, which checks things like your level of red blood cells and hemoglobin, since, for the reasons pointed out earlier, these are typically lower in the concerned population. This test is done by taking a blood sample and then sending it on to a lab for further investigation. They may also check a peripheral blood smear, serum ferritin levels, total iron binding capacity, and transferrin saturation. But an experiment you could run yourself to give you an idea if your iron intake is where it should be is to simply take your average dietary iron intake currently and compare it to the recommended amount for your specific population that we'll get to in a moment. Still, we definitely wouldn't suggest this method over a stringent medical assessment to be sure. Next, when and how often should you get evaluated for iron deficiency anemia? Well, it's noteworthy that the condition develops through a 3-stage process where symptoms are only recognisable in the second and third phases. In the first phase, iron stores are deficient, but not to the extent that they impact the bodily functions that depend on them. In other words, you can be running low on iron but not show any physical signs of it. Consequently, it may be worth getting your iron levels evaluated as part of your regular checkup to give you the best chance to detect any deficits early on, especially if you have a history of iron deficiency anemia. Finally, let's get to the final FAQ on our list: iron deficiency treatment. Here is a selection of foods showing the milligram per serving. I'll leave a link to an article in the description for further information. To put these numbers into context, Here's another list of the recommended daily intake for specific populations. Be aware that there are other indirect things you can do in addition to concentrating on more iron-rich foods that can help too. Interestingly, studies have shown that iron content and absorption can be as much as 3 times higher when meats, vegetables, and legumes are prepared in iron pots, resulting in increased hemoglobin levels. Avoiding tea and coffee at meals or increasing your vitamin C intake improves the absorption of non-heme iron. Enhancing your vitamin A intake helps to release iron from body stores. And you can use iron supplements, which can normally be purchased without a prescription. However, keep in mind that taking them when it's not necessary or in excess can be harmful, as it could potentially lead to iron toxicity, which can cause vomiting and diarrhea, as well as more serious implications such as cardiovascular system, nervous system, kidney or liver toxicity. So it's important to consult with your doctor for iron deficiency treatment and diagnosis. In addition, they'll be able to evaluate whether you're a suitable candidate for more intensive types of iron treatment, such as blood transfusions, or if treatment of other underlying medical conditions you're dealing with may be of benefit in this regard. Have you anything worth noting as it pertains to iron deficiency anemia? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So, that has been our video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.